Welcome, everyone. Again, my name is Matt Mayberry. I'm the Executive Director of the New Hampshire Home Builders Association. And one of our great members is Alison Milioto. Did I get the pronunciation correct?
Nailed it.
Jack bet me lunch that I would screw it up. So Jack had no faith in me at all.
I'd go somewhere good.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Italian.
Done. Appropriate. With BlueLion, and they're a human resource company. And I'm going to stop talking and let our friend Alison take it from here.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. We really appreciate the opportunity to get on this morning for one of your Tuesday talks. So I am Alison Milioto. My business partner, Tony, is also on the call this morning. We are the founders and partners at BlueLion. We're an HR consulting company located in Southern New Hampshire. We also have staff in Massachusetts, Maine, and New Jersey. So we cover pretty much New England. Primary focus is in the trades and with blue collar companies. That's kind of where we found our niche and where we enjoy working. I'm going to start off with a little bit kind of about us and then get into some good, times that you might need our service. So we founded the company over 4 years ago. We now have 10 staff members, and then the two of us. So we have 9 HR consultants and 3 admin support. So we're a pretty good sized company. Some of our services include things like policy writing. We do complete outsourced HR, so we can actually become a company's HR department. We do trainings like harassment training or manager training. We do helping with constructing performance appraisals. So if you're having difficulty figuring out, how to, give feedback to your employees, those are things we can engage with. We can do gap coverage. So let's say you have an HR professional and they're going to go out on a leave, or perhaps they give their notice. We can come in and fill either that leave period or the period in which they give their notice till you're able to hire someone new. We also do a hotline service for some of our smaller clients where they have access to email into our team, just one-off questions here and there that are usually compliance related. And, kind of a whole breadth of anything that's really falling under that HR umbrella. Some of the awesome resources we have for go onto our website and sign up for our newsletter and check out our blogs. We do post a blog on a weekly basis. There's a lot of great information there. Things like whether you should 1099 someone or W-2 them, or, some stuff about FMLA. So there's a lot of resource right on our website without even having to log in or anything like that. We also do, I'm happy and excited you're having a YouTube channel. Tony and I started our YouTube channel just pre-pandemic. So there's a lot of great tips, tricks, and HR tidbits out there featuring Tony and Alison. So we try and make it fun. We know HR is not the most exciting topic that people like to talk about. And definitely during the pandemic and the beginning of the pandemic, there was a lot of stuff coming out. Tony and I found it was beneficial for us just to put together quick little videos. So some of the videos, if you go back far enough, are going to be about updates during the pandemic. They're entertaining, if nothing else, at this point. Some of the data is a little outdated with the regulations, but definitely a great way to, stay connected and really get the information quickly. We also send out, in our newsletter, we send out trainings. So we do monthly lunch and learns where we pick a topic and we get on a Zoom just like this, and we'll do a topic each month. They are free. So definitely sign up for our newsletter, and that way you have access to those resources as well. Some examples of topics that we've done are things like building a mentor program, benefits 101, how to write an employee handbook. So it's some great useful information. And again, totally free. It's kind of our way of just getting out there and meeting people and getting people to understand some of the services we provide. So again, those are monthly, and signing up for our newsletter would get you access to knowing when those are coming out, or they're also posted on our website too. But I like our newsletter because it's a quick reminder for you. So next, I thought I would jump into some common HR concerns. So sometimes a lot of the stuff that our clients are kind of coming to us with, definitely want to be engaging. So if anybody has questions, feel free to pop in and ask a question as I'm going along. I'm kind of boring to listen to for 20 minutes, but here we go. So one thing is payroll compliance. A lot of clients think that because they have a payroll company, they're using Paychex, they're using Paylocity, they're on ADP, that they're in compliance. And unfortunately, that's not always the case. Those companies are built as a technology platform to do a function of paying your employees, paying taxes, moving money. They have the capability of keeping you in compliance, but if you're not setting them up correctly, unfortunately, sometimes you can be out of compliance. A lot of those national platforms also are not as well versed on each specific state's regulation. So that's one thing that BlueLion can do, is we can come in and help and take a look at what you're currently doing and just make sure that it is in compliance with how you're paying your employees. Safety programs, we do put together safety manuals for our clients. If you're in the state of New Hampshire and you have over 15 employees, that doesn't matter if they're seasonal, part-time, full-time, if during the course of a year you have 15 heartbeats working in your business, including ownership, then you are required to have a safety plan. Part of that is having a quarterly safety meeting. You do have to have a joint loss safety committee that has to meet. And then you also want to just have that written safety plan. And that safety plan is something that BlueLion can help establish. For our clients, we do outsourced HR for. We also conduct their safety meetings, write up their minutes, post them where necessary. So that's another added feature with our outsourced clients we handle. One of my favorite is Department of Labor claims. My team thinks that I'm crazy, but I love arguing the law. My dad said I should have been a lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer, but we do help our clients with Department of Labor claims. So if a current or former employee were to bring claim to the Department of Labor, typically it's a wage and hour claim. So I got fired and didn't get paid out my time off. They didn't calculate my overtime correctly or things like that. We can help with those. The other side is if a company is ever audited by the New Hampshire Department of Labor, that nobody ever wants to have that phone call. But if you have that phone call, give BlueLion a call. Even before they do their audit, we can come in and potentially mitigate some of the risk. Or you get the audit, you get the results back, they're not what you were hoping for. Again, we can come in, help mitigate some of that risk. And then we also go with our client into the state office to, negotiate down their penalties. And we've had good success with that in the past. So something I enjoy doing. My clients don't usually, but we get them out of a lot of hot water, which is nice. Next, selecting and implementing benefits. So a lot of employers don't have the HR background. You have someone in the office working on things. Maybe it's an office manager, the finance person, the owner, and they're trying, we're great. We're offering benefits. This is awesome. Number one, we don't know where to start. So maybe we haven't offered benefits before. We're not really sure what to do. Or we have been offering benefits, but every time our broker comes, we're just not sure if we're doing the right thing for our employees. First, we're not an insurance broker. So no one on my team is licensed to sell insurance. We're not an insurance broker, but we work great with insurance brokers. So we help be on the side of the employer. We have the insurance broker. We work together with them. We know when to push back. We know what the market is currently doing as well. So a lot of times employers are like, well, my broker says, but I don't really know. And we can come in and kind of be that voice of, yeah, this is what the market's seeing. And, these are ways to get strategic. Also on top of your general, life, health insurance, those kind of vision, dental, we can help clients get creative. So a lot of companies are getting super creative on what they're offering in benefits. Every fall, we also put on a seminar, and the recordings are available on our YouTube. We put on a seminar called non-traditional benefits. So it is unique benefits in the workplace. And it's kind of things like having lunchbox, lunch little snacks around, or doing a nutrition program, doing a wellness fair, all different kinds of stuff, pet insurance, a book club. So definitely check those out if you're thinking about increasing your benefits, or keep an eye, sign up for that newsletter, and then you'll get notified when we're doing again this fall. But those are always well attended. The other things that we kind of help clients with would be compensation analysis. Right now, there is obviously a labor shortage. And because of that, people are having to look at what they're paying their staff. They're wanting to make sure they're competitive. And a lot of times people don't understand or know where to even start. That's another thing BlueLion can help with. We can come in and do a project where we're doing, a compensation analysis on your current employees. We can also do a compensation analysis if you're trying to hire and you're not really having luck. We can go out and do a comp analysis to see if you're marketable and you're in the right salary range for that position. And then one thing we've helped a couple trades clients with that they enjoy, their staff really enjoys, and they enjoy the productivity is incentive-based pay, which is piecework. Commonly, it's called piecework. So we have successfully set that up for a few clients. I recommend not trying to do it on your own without getting some type of counsel. There is a lot of variables when you're putting in performance pay, overtime calculations, and things get a little, let's just say we've got spreadsheets to support this. It's not something you can usually just do through payroll. So that's another thing that we've been helping clients with lately is getting into that incentive-based pay because they're getting the increased productivity because their employees are now getting paid based on the volume of work they're producing, not just the hours they're putting in. And you'd be amazed at how fast and efficient they now work when their paycheck is directly correlated to the productivity of the business. So those are, just some of the services that we've currently helped clients with. Some of the benefits that you would get from outsourcing HR to a company like BlueLion is expert guidance and knowledge. So some of those things we talked about, Department of Labor claims, benefit renewals, when we're doing it at the volume and with the experience that we have, we're doing 50 renewals a year versus one as an employer. So the benefit of an outsourced HR versus an in-house is our volume. We also have many other clients to compare things to, so we kind of can see what the market would hold or what's going on in the industry. And then my entire team all is experienced HR professionals. I think combined we have over 130 years experience. So you're getting an executive level HR professional and you're paying for the fraction of the time that you need them. Most importantly, our clients love the time back that they get. They get time back to do the other functions. So as I mentioned, a lot of small businesses, it's the office manager or the finance person or the owner that's doing the HR function. Well, every time they're working on HR functions, they're not working on managing the office, managing the people, running the business. So a lot of our clients love getting back time to do the other functions that are making them money. Bookkeeping, IT, and HR. 3 necessary functions for a business that do not generate revenue, but you will not survive without them. So those are the things that we recommend clients outsource. We can also help knocking out that to-do list. Another benefit, you've got a handbook, been on your to-do list for 2 years, just can't get it over the finish line, kick it over to BlueLion, we'll get it right back to you, and you can be like, yes, check it off. Nothing's more exciting than checking off your to-do list. And then confidence and compliance. A lot of our clients come to us, they think they're doing things right. They had no intentions of doing them wrong. When we look under the hood, we find a couple errors, they want to get them fixed. And then they know they have the peace of mind knowing that they're now in compliance and the chances of getting that fine from the Department of Labor are, mitigated. It's a much lower risk. They can go to work knowing that they're taking care of their staff. Everybody's getting paid properly. They have the benefits that they need. Their morale's better. And also the ability to make better business decisions. A lot of small companies that are in the trades, you are going 100,000 miles an hour. And then you wake up one day and you're like, wow, I have 15 employees. When did we get here? So we can help with, slowing down, making sure that you're making the right business decisions, making sure that everything is aligned, your organizational structure is the way that it should be. When you wake up and there's all of a sudden 20 bodies, making sure you have the right hierarchy and structure, we can help with things like that as well. That's really all I had, Matt. I don't know if we want to open it to questions.
Oh, absolutely. I took a bunch and thank you. 2 questions that come off the top. Can a small company just call you and say, I'm growing, I'm picking up 3 new employees. Can you just come do my HR? Talk to me, I'll tell you what I want to do. You just do it all. And if an employee has a problem, they come to you. And then the second part of that question is, what's the 1 or 2 things that every small employer makes that you wish you had a magic wand and you could change?
Yes. So first question, Yes, we do fully outsource to HR. So some of our clients, we come on site or we can do it fully remote. We do everything from onboarding, interviewing, hiring, benefit renewal. We can do with all their onboarding paperwork. And we absolutely can be that resource if an employee has a employment relation issue or payroll question or 401k question, they can email into us. We do start that as small as one. Typically, clients that have the on-site services are going to be in the larger, over 20. But we absolutely have the smaller clients that are doing it remotely or on an as-needed basis. Another thing I didn't mention that we do help clients with is terminations. So we'll come on site and help transition an employee out and making sure that the documentation is proper, making sure you've done everything you should have done before terming them. So that's another thing we help with. And I'm sorry, the second question was 2 things that I wish every employer did before they got to me or that they knew. I guess the one was the payroll. I wish employers understood better that your payroll company is not making sure you're in compliance, that it is your responsibility, and that there are simple laws like, I'll give you a trade secret, 20-minute break. If your employees are taking less than 20 minutes on a break period, you have to pay them for it. So if you have that, young kid, he punches out for lunch, he goes back to the truck, he eats his sandwich real quick, he punches back in and he's back on the job. And you're like, yeah, I love Fred. He's the best. Well, Fred only punched out for 15 minutes and you have to pay him for that 15 minutes. Your time system typically, if it's not set up properly, isn't going to do that. So making sure that you're covering any break that's under 20 minutes. So up to 19 minutes, you have to take it back and pay it. We still recommend punching in and out because we want to make sure we know if you're working or not, but you just need to go back in the system. And a lot of payroll systems, you can set it up to auto pay breaks that short. And then the second thing, Tony, you got anything good? Something we wish that clients knew that we're fun.
I would say sometimes in the trades industry, the only thing that I worry about is those 1099 versus W2s. Those usually I'm like, I walk in and I'm like, ooh. And then they say it, they're like, no, we don't have any employees. Everyone's 1099. And I instantly start to sweat. I'm like, oh God, is that true though? Yikes.
That's a good one. And I would say a huge red flag is if you have individuals doing the exact same position and one is 1099 and one is a W2. That's usually a huge red flag. And those fines get super expensive because they're going to go back 2 years and they're going to make you pay tax on your portion, their portion, and a penalty. It's not fun. It's not worth it. It's not pretty. And that's another service we can help is transitioning away from the 1099.
And I think the other one, especially in HR, is don't be afraid to ask the question.
Yes.
Like you're there to help. You're like, I think I messed up. Can you help me? You're not there to judge. You're here to fix it and to make it right.
Yeah, we tell a lot of our clients that when we come in, like you have to be honest, open and honest with us, and don't try and. I mean, if you have them as a 1099 because they can't work here, unfortunately, we can't work with you. However, I'm going to leave on your doorstep some information on how to get out of it. Like, you got to be honest with us because then we can't help. We can't keep you in compliance if you're hiding the things you're not doing properly. But a lot of our clients I've found aren't like that. They want to do the right thing. They just didn't know. But yeah, it's all about being open and honest. Like, this is what we've got going on. Fix it.
Will you help with immigration issues like H-2B visas?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, we've done a couple in the past. They're a super long process. You 9 times out of 10 are going to need to get a lawyer involved. I like to say it's above our pay grade. So it's not something that our firm finds passion in. It doesn't get our motor running in the morning, and it's not pleasurable, especially with the amount of red tape now and the process, the length of time. It's just not something that's viable for us. So we typically don't handle those. Not something that we're super excited about.
Okay.
Any other questions? How
do we find your YouTube channel and what is it? And how do we sign up for your newsletter?
Yeah, so everything is available on our website. It's BlueLionLLC.com. On the website, you can get access to sign up for our newsletter. You can get access to our YouTube channel from there. Our blogs are all posted there. We also have an events page where it shows all those seminars coming up that I was talking about. So BlueLionLLC.com. And the The other thing, it has obviously all of our services, but if you stop on our page, definitely check out our Giving Back tab. I didn't really talk about it when I talked about our company, but one of our core values is community, and we're a 1% company. So we give 1% of our time, 1% of our product, and 1% of our profit back to our community. So there's a whole page there. We're actually right now doing a fundraising event for Make-A-Wish New Hampshire. We're going to be doing a cornhole tournament in Londonderry on May 14th. So that's on our page too. Check that out. But we love anyone that wants to come play cornhole and support a good cause. But yeah, so our website is BlueLionLLC.com.
And if you send over that information, we'll get out to our membership also, because we do business with people who do business with us, and we want to support you. So
awesome.
and
No, we love everything the home builders are doing. We've done a lot of events this past year. We're relatively new members, but really great group of people.
and this wouldn't be possible without Prue Oil, because it's with those sponsors that say, yes, Matt, get up at 5 a.m. so you can be in the office for 7 and look chipper. But Prue Oil is an amazing sponsor. They're a great supporter. They jumped in instantly. When we tossed this out there, they're like, we're in. We love the idea.
Awesome.
Any other questions from anyone? Comments? John Morton, you're awfully quiet this morning. You are never quiet.
I know, I'm just taking it in. I mean, it's not like I have an HR need necessarily for my business. I just, it's always good to know what other people have available and how I may be able to, refer people over. And it's better to understand what somebody has. And I honestly don't have any questions. You answered everything.
Okay. Lorinda?
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Lorinda, you're another non-shy person.
Well, I was taking it all in also because, my eye is, obviously we're a big company, we have HR, but I work with 87 as of yesterday, different builders. And I'm always on the lookout when I get a new contract in, is does the builder have the proper insurance, liability, especially workers' comp? And then the second is trying to explain to them, as I did last night, this guy building his house, that if we run it through your company, you're going to get 1099, And so I'm always looking and making sure people understand everything I pay you, you're going to get 1099 because you're working for my customer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like John, I'm always taking it in because any little tidbit I can learn, or somebody I can refer to you at a networking event, I can bring them over and say, you need to meet these people, because you need what they have. So happy to help do that too at events.
Yeah. Awesome. We love networking.
Anne Marie, since you're one of our live people this morning, any thoughts or questions or anything?
Yeah, so I'm Anne Marie Jalbert. My supervisor is Errol Dewey Mosler. So he's part of this association, and I work for him heading up human resources and quality assurance for an assisted living facility. Well, he's got 5 assisted living facilities, so it doesn't really pertain. He was just wondering if there was anything I could get out of this meeting. So I wanted to sit in on it.
Yeah,
And
I
I
definitely
feel like a lot of what you talked about is relative to what I'm navigating through, as well as one person for 75 employees.
Yeah, and we do service, we do have clients that have in-house HR. A lot of times what we're doing is supporting them. So whenever you have an in-house HR person, I always like to say you hire a full-time HR person. And then before you get to the point where you need a second, there's all that extra. So there's always extra. And that's where we can kind of come in and support, maybe you have a project, maybe it's job descriptions you just can't get done, or the handbook needs to be rewritten. Yep, handbook. So that's stuff that we can help with.
Hey,
Or
Tony?
it may be some type of a harassment or something, investigation comes up and you're like, ooh, I don't really want to touch this because I'm in it. Or I work here with these people every day. A lot of clients will bring us in for those type of things as well.
Tony, while Allison's finishing up, can you put your contact information in the chat so
Sure
that
can.
Anne Marie and others can get back to you? And keep going, Allison. I just didn't want us to run out of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, she's the chatter on the typer.
So the other thing, Anne Marie, I would say is definitely sign up for our newsletter, because those lunch and learns that we have are awesome for HR people too, because some of it's about building mentor, and it might just be something you haven't done or haven't had the time to do. And it's a good, get you re-engaged and like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna do that this year. But yeah, we can
Mhm.
definitely help with any of those to-do list, the honey-do list that can never get done. Because the
Oh, okay,
day-to-day,
that's awesome. And do you
Yeah.
have like classes? Like, do you know of classes where I can take courses on HR management or?
yeah, so we're not an accredited school or anything like that, but
Right.
we are also part, Tony is on the board for HRAGC, which is a human resource. It's a association of HR people. It's part of SHRM. Definitely would check out those if you're not already a member. So depending on where you're located in the state, shoot me an email and I can help coordinate something with that if you're not already a member with one of those, because those are really beneficial and they keep you up on what's going on in HR.
Okay, great.
And Allison, maybe you can offer like if Anne Marie or me or anyone came and say like, can I hire you for like 2 hours to teach me X? Just come
Yes.
on in, have a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
ask all those questions and.
Yeah, so the last thing I'll end on is we do have different pricing structures. So we do project-based work, which is fee-based. So like a handbook, you pay a flat fee, you get a project. We
Mhm.
do fully outsourced, which is usually retainer-based. So it's X dollars a month and we do all of these items. Or then we have just hourly consulting. So you might say, you know what, Allison, I don't need you always, I don't need you often, but when I need you, I want you there and I'll just pay for your time. We have several clients that do that because then they have the satisfaction and the peace of mind knowing if it hits the fan, you just call BlueLion. They're going to be here. They're going to take care of it. We'll just pay them for their time. And then, hopefully we don't need them for another 4 months. But if
Mhm.
something else pops off, we know we've got them. So we have several clients that do that as well. Or come in and just sit and talk with me and consult with me. I have one client, I do that once a month. I do an hour a month with the owner. We go over what he's got going on. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing here? Hey, not there. That looks great. Keep going.
Cool.
Do you have
Thank
anything?
you.
Oh, this is exactly why we're doing this. It's exactly why. Allison, do you have something on your channel of, we find out all the time, the difference between 1099 and W-2? Do you have
Yeah.
anything on there that we can pirate and share with our builders?
Yeah, absolutely. I can get Tony, we can send that over to you. I think we have a video and we have, or maybe it's just a blog at this point, but yeah, we definitely have content on that. And I strongly encourage if anybody is on the fence and thinking they're going to stay 1099, definitely reach out just to double check. The piece I'll say on that is you can't get in trouble for W-2ing somebody who should have been 1099 or could have been 1099. You will never get in trouble for W-2ing somebody who could have been a 1099. But you will get in trouble if you go the other way. And New Hampshire's pretty strict on that one.
As you can tell, I may have had that conversation a few times over the
Yeah.
years.
We do too.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like, but is it?
Very well. You have Allison and Tony's information. It's 10:30. We like to start on time, end on time, because all of you are busy. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Matt Mayberry. I'm the Executive Director of the New Hampshire Home Builders Association. Thank you for your membership, because we're nothing if we don't have you. So thank you. We're going to keep doing these every month, and we may actually increase the frequency because the requests are coming in so strong for this. And without Prue Oil, this doesn't happen. So Prue Oil, thank you. Allison, Tony from BlueLion, thank you for your time today. Thanks for the education.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and make sure you connect with each other, please. Folks,
Have a great day, everyone.